Next we move on to is Manipur. Hey, I am the fourth sister, Manipur, the jeweled land. I am proud to be the jewel of my mother, India. I am also known by my nicknames Kangliapa and Sanaliba. My capital is Imphal, where you can see my cyclist velodrome. Many of my people belong to the Meitei ethnic group and speak Meitei or Manipuri language. I have the credit of introducing polo to the Europeans. Many people's staple diet consists of rice, fish, large varieties of leafy vegetables, both aquatic and terrestrial. But our cuisine is so different from the rest of India due to the use of various aromatic herbs and roots that are peculiar to my state. Blessed with an amazing variety of flora and fauna, I am home to a host of rare endemic plant and animal life here. A treat for the eyes is the Kabul Lamjau National Park, an abode of the rare and endangered species of brow-antlered deer. This ecosystem contains 17 rare species of mammals. It is the only floating national park of the world. You should come to see the Loktak Lake and floating islands. A Manipuri dance is one of the most acclaimed classical dances of India. The folk dances of tribal people captivate the beholders with their exotic costumes and simple but graceful rhythm. You should not fail to witness the Manipuri martial arts, Tang Ta and Sarit Sarak. Okay, so talking about Manipur, Manipur is known as the fourth sister of from the seven sisters of the northeastern part of India. It is known as the jeweled land. Okay, it has nicknames. The capital Imphal is a well-known to cyclists. There are many ethnic groups. Manipur has the credit of introducing polo to the Europeans. They have a very staple diet which consists of rice, fish, large variety of leafy vegetables, and our cuisine is also different from the rest of India due to various aromatic herbs used in it and the roots that are peculiar to the state of Manipur. Then Manipur has very beautiful flora and fauna, and it is the home to most of the rare animals and plants. Okay, the national park of Kabul, it also has many floating national park, which is famous national park of the world. There are many floating islands in Manipur. The Manipuri dance is also one of the most important, most classical dance of India. The folk dances of tribal people are very captivative and they are very graceful in their dance. And not forgetting the martial arts, that is the Thamta and the Sarit Sarak. So this is the picture of the martial art where they are practicing the Thang था. So before we move ahead, let us have a recap of all the four states that we have seen till now or understood till now. So what is Meghalaya known as? Meghalaya is known as the abode of clouds, and its capital, that is Shillong, is called the Scotland of East. Okay, and why is it called as the Scotland of East? Is because of its highlands, fog, and scenery. Okay, then what is fascinating about Meghalaya is the rolling mist, the undulating hills, the numerous lakes, waterfalls, caves, sacred forests, and the exotic flora and fauna are fascinating. What name the longest cave and deepest cave and the wettest placed on the earth? The longest cave is the Kremliathra. The deepest cave is Snirang Pamyang, and wettest placed on the earth is Cherrapunji or Mawsynram. What credit goes to Manipur? The credit of introducing polo to the Europeans goes to Manipur. And by what names is Manipur called? Nicknames, also known as the Jewel of Jeweled Land and as the Kangliapak and Sanaliabak. Okay. What is the treat for the eyes in Manipur? Is the Kebul Lamjo National Park, which has rare and endangered species of the brow-antlered deer. Okay, acts like a treat for the eyes in Manipur. And what cultivation is practiced in Meghalaya? The Jhum or shifting cultivation is practiced in Meghalaya. What is the other name of Manipur? The other name of Manipur is jeweled land. Okay, so have you understood till here the lesson? Now let us move ahead. So the next state here we have is Mizoram. Hello, I am Mizoram. Mizoram implies land of the hill people, referred to as the Cookies. I invite you to see my land of lush hills, sheer cliffs, serene lakes, and waterfalls. Rolling hills stretch across hundreds of miles, and the plains and valleys are covered with lush forests and thick bamboo groves. Green paddy fields, vineyards, teeming with diverse wildlife. My regret is that not many of you come to visit me. Well, traveling in Mizoram is a little difficult, but it has its own rewards. The natural beauty here is exquisite and must be seen to be believed. My capital is Aizawl, and from its scenic location, you can get a captivating view of lush Emerald Kluang River Valley in the west and the Toriel River Valley in the east. The museum in the heart of the city, Zarkwat, portrays the culture of Mizoram with a splendid collection of costume, artifacts, and historical relics. Okay, so here we are talking about Mizoram, which implies the land of the hill people. They are also referred to as cookies. Okay, here you will find lush hills, sheer cliffs, scenic lakes, and waterfalls. Their rolling hills stretch across hundreds of miles, and plains and valleys too, which are covered with lush forest and thick bamboo groves. There are green paddy fields also, vineyards teeming with diverse wildlife. Okay, but it is sad that many of us do not visit Mizoram because it is difficult. It is little difficult traveling to Mizoram. The natural beauty here is very beautiful, strongly beautiful, and it must be seen. So is believed. The capital is Aizawl of Mizoram, and from its scenic location, you can have a captivating view of the lush forest. There are river valleys in the west and in the east too. The museum in the heart of the city, Zarkwat, portrays the culture of Mizoram with a splendid collection of costumes, different artifacts, and historical relics. The Palakurek is the biggest in Mizoram and covers 30 hectares, that is 74 acres of land. Do you know that it is believed that the lake was created as a result of an earthquake or a flood? Champhai, with its fertile vineyards, is known as the fruit bowl of Mizoram. Okay, so Champhai is with its fertile vineyards. Okay, the soil very fertile. Okay, and there are vineyards over here is known as the fruit bowl. Okay, of Mizoram. I am also host to numerous species of birds, wildlife, and flora. You can visit the two national parks and six wildlife sanctuaries here. Mizo is the official language and the most widely used language. Okay, so this is the state of Mizoram. You can see the land of lush hills, the rolling hills, plains, valleys covered with lush forest. Then here you see the Mizoram Museum, which contains collections of costumes, various costume artifacts, and historical relics. And this is the lake formed due to the earthquake. Okay, we now move on to the next state, that is Nagaland. Hello, I am Nagaland, one of the smallest states of India, called the Switzerland of the East. So, Nagaland is one of the smallest states of India and is also known called as the Switzerland of the East. Here we have a land of folklore passed down through generations, with music as an integral part of our life. Okay, so from generation to generation, the folk and culture is passed out with music as an integral part of their lives. The exquisitely picturesque landscapes, the vibrantly colorful sunrise and sunset, lush and verdant flora make my land unimaginably beautiful. Okay, so here there are beautiful landscape, the vibrantly colorful sunrise, sunset, the lush forest, and the verdant flora makes the land imaginarily beautiful. The state capital is Kohima. The state is mostly mountainous. Mount Saramati is the highest peak with a height of about 3,840 meters, and its range forms a natural barrier between Nagaland and Burma. Okay, so the capital of state Nagaland is Kohima. The state is mostly a mountainous state. Okay, the highest peak with the height of 3,840 meter is Mount Saramati, and it range from a natural barrier between the range. Its range, okay, forms like a this mountainous range, continuous range of mountains, forms like a barrier between Nagaland and Burma. Moving ahead, there are over 16 tribes and sub-tribes that inhabit my exotic hill state, each with its own unique, colorful, and intricately designed. Intricately designed means design in detail, okay, in smaller parts. So, detailed designing costumes, jewelry, and beads that adorn them. Adorn is beautify them, okay, make them more attractive. Today, many of my young people have ventured means have taken or have moved into fashion designing, creating fabrics that blend our traditional motifs with modern appeal. So much so, I have become a paradise for those who are into fashion designing. People refer to me as an affluent fashion station of the East. Okay, my land is an ideal place for trekking, rock climbing, jungle campaigning, and offers limitless exploration possibilities in its lush and verdant. Okay, verdant means something more. Okay, like you have these fields covered with green plants or green grass plus any additional things. Okay, subtropical rainforest. Here we have an abundance of medicinal herbs too. I am known as the falcon capital of the world. The great Indian hornbill is one of the most famous birds found here. Nagas by nature are lovers of fun and frolic, and here life is one long festival. Dance and songs are a part and parcel of our festivities. Most of our dances are performed with a robust rhythm. If you love a colorful life and appreciate ethnic costumes and traditions with their unique songs, dances, and festivals, you must come here to our Naga Heritage Village, which showcases our cultural heritage. Do come and participate in a great Hornbill festival. Okay, so till now we have seen about. Okay, so here the state of Nagaland is the smallest state of India and it is known as the Switzerland of the East. There are many beautiful landscapes, colorful sunrise and sunset. Okay, here the folklore is passed from generation to generation and music is a very integral part in their lives. The state capital is Kohima and the state is mostly mountainous in mountainous form. Mount Saramati is the highest peak in the state, and there are many different tribes. There is a detailed designing with of costumes, jewelry, and beads that beautify them and make them more attractive. And many of the youth have taken up or have ventured the career of fashion designing, creating fabrics that blend the tradition that is passed from generation to generation with modern appeal. It has also become like a paradise for those who are into fashion designing, and people refer as an affluent fashion station of the East. Here, Nagaland is very good for trekking, rock climbing, jungle camping, and offers limitless exploration. Here, it's very famous for medical herbs too, and it is known as the falcon capital of the world. The great Indian hornbill, which is the famous bird, is also found here. The people of Nagaland are fun loving and they believe that life is one long festival, and therefore dance and songs are part and parcel of their lives. Most of the dances are performed with a rhombus rhythm, and they have colorful life with ethnic costumes and traditions, with their own unique songs, dances, and festivals. Okay, and if you want to visit Nagaland, one should also visit the Naga Heritage Village, which showcases the cultural heritage. Okay, so I hope you have understood the lesson till here. So these are the images of Nagaland, the folk dances, the mountain range, okay, and the bird hornbill. Okay, moving to the next state, that is Tripura. Hello, I am Tripura, the third smallest state in the country, bordered by Bangladesh to the north, south, and west. Tripura means three cities. Tripura also means near water. Some scholars also believe that the land was ruled in ancient times by a king named Tripur, from whom my name emerged. My land has three distinct geographical zones. That is, one, the hill range, which runs from north to south, the undulating plateau land, and the low lying alluvial plains. Many rivers nourish my land and sustain the activities of my people. Chief among them are the Gumti, the Muri, and the Peni. Rice, cotton, jute, tea, tobacco, and oil seeds are grown here. Okay, so we are talking about the third smallest state in the country, that is Tripura, which is bordered by Bangladesh towards the north, south, and west. Okay, Tripura means three cities. It also means near water, and some scholars believe that the state has got its name by a king named Tripur, and the state has three distinct geographical zones. One is the hill ranges that run from north to south, second is the undulating plateau land, and the third is the low lying alluvial plains. There are many rivers in the state, and the chief among them is the river Gumti, the Muhuri, and the Feni. Crops grown over here are rice, tobacco, jute, tea, and oilseeds. The Kukpurok speaking Tripuri people are the major group among the many tribes and sub-tribes. Bengali and Manipuri people have coexisted in peaceful harmony with the people of Tripura for generations. Continuing with Tripura, I am rather difficult for you to access because only one major road or national highway connects my land with the rest of the country. Agartala is my capital city. People come to visit me for ecotourism and archaeological tourism. My lush tea gardens and wildlife sanctuaries and my specially set up eco parks are a great attraction, as are the famous rock carvings at Deotamura. The Nir Mahal is a generous red and white water palace, empty but shimmering on its own island is the lake of Rudrasagar. Rudrasagar. People of all communities and tribes participate in state festivals like Gariya, Durga Puja, Buddha Purnima, Kharchi, Post Shankranti, Biju, and Christmas. Come and visit me. You will be fascinated by my rich cultural heritage, beautiful palaces, wildlife sanctuaries, historical temples, palaces, and museums. My folk dances will enthrall you, and my people will welcome you with warmth and courtesy. Okay, so these are the picture of various palaces and the Nir Mahal Palace. I hope you have understood the lesson, students.